If the seller desires to sell or market or otherwise transfer, such as make a gift of their property before a set date that is agreed upon by the parties, the seller has to first deliver a signed copy of that original unsigned purchase and sale agreement the buyer delivered at the start of the right of first offer, and they have to sign that agreement, hand it to buyer as a signed offer. The buyer will have 10 business days after receiving this first offer notice to sign this first offer agreement. This is the first offer period. If the buyer signs this agreement before the first offer period ends, then the parties are bound by the agreement and they proceed. What this means is essentially, for a right of first offer, the buyer will provide the terms of the agreement that buyer finds acceptable. If seller agrees, seller will bind themselves until the date in this provision that if they ever want to sell the property, they will first go back to buyer and say, here are the terms you gave me. I still like them. Do you like them? If buyer agrees, then the parties proceed. It's a way of locking in a purchase for the buyer. If the seller chooses to, they don't have to sell their property until after the first offer period ends. But if the seller does want to sell their property, the market gets impressive or the market moves forward, the seller can go to the buyer and say, hey, I would like to sell my property, but first I have to let you choose. Do you want to go through with the offer that you gave me originally?